Hey guys! So last week I went to Milan for my birthday weekend. I was there Sunday and Monday. And I'd just like to share with you what I did and how I spent it. So I was there for about 30 hours in total. I came there later, well not so late in the afternoon, but around 2 p.m. From Brescia to Milan on Sunday afternoon, and the first thing that I wanted to see was the Last Supper by Da Vinci. So right off the train, I got on the metro, I got this map. Some guys just approached me and asked if I needed help, and I was like, yes, can you please find me a map? And they got it to me, and it was great. I used it like the whole time that I was there. So if someone approaches you, say, yes, I need a map. So I got off the metro at the station and I tried to find my way to the Da Vinci, and I knew that it was a really short chance of actually getting a chance to see it because I hadn't booked in advance, which I heard so many times that you had to, and there were a lot of people saying that, yeah, you know, it's okay, if you come in the morning you can see it. So I really was hoping, and I was crossing my fingers that I got to see it, because on Monday they don't do any viewings of it, only Tuesday to Sunday, so that was the only day that I could. So I rushed there, but I was lost. It's so hard to find your way around Milan because the streets go like in both directions, right? Like normal streets do, but I don't know if I'm going this way or that way, and then it's so hard. But eventually I found it, and I walked in, and literally before I could finish even completing my sentence about asking about it, he said, no, there's no chance. So I was a little upset, but whatever. I decided to keep going to the next place, and while I was lost trying to find the Da Vinci place, I walked by Chiesa San Maurizio. So I was like, okay, great. I was planning on seeing that anyway, so I walked there next, and it was like a beautiful little convent. It was very nice. They had beautiful frescoes. You could walk in the back. I don't really know anything or that much about the building, but there was a beautiful painting of St. Lucia holding her eyes on a platter, and then also another, I think either martyr or saint, I forgot who it was, holding her breasts on a platter. So those were, I guess, the two interesting pieces that I saw. So that was awesome. And then after that, I wanted to go to see a performance at La Scala Theater. Now, they have a performance at 3 p.m. and at 8 p.m. every single day, I think. So on that day, I really wanted to see the 3 p.m. one so that I could have the evening free to go to a bar or something to celebrate my birthday. But of course, I was late again. It's really hard to be on a schedule in a place that you've never been, and like you get lost all the time. So it's okay. I went there, and I got off at Duomo stop at the metro. And the first thing when you like walk up is, and like walk out of the subway station, is the Duomo. It's like literally right there. You walk up and there it is. So I knew that La Scala, like the Piazza La Scala where that was really close to the Duomo. So I was walking around, I couldn't find it. Like I literally couldn't find anything on this trip. It took me forever. But then I looked at my map again and I said, okay, it's right across from the Galleria. I think this right here might be the Galleria because it was the only thing that was underneath, it was like a shopping kind of lane with a roof over top. So I thought, okay, this must be it. So of course I walked and there was La Scala, but I was too late for the performance. But anyways, I got to ask the people about it, and they said that for every performance, 2 hours before the show, the what's it called, the box, the selling box, the box office. The box office opens, and they reserve, I think, 140 gallery seats, which are really cheap and you can get them. So I was like, okay, great, I'll come back at 6 p.m. to buy the 8 p.m. tickets. So after that, I decided to go and find my hostel, and I was staying at Koala Hostel, which was at really close to the station stop, Loreto. So it's a little bit out of the city, but it's a short subway ride. However, getting off of Loreto stop and then finding that was another struggle. Like, it's really so hard. I don't know if it was just me and that city, I don't know what it was. But again, I spent a good hour looking for it, just walking around. Like, I was literally right there, but I couldn't find the street because there's this roundabout, and the maps weren't detailed enough. But anyway, I found the hostel. The lady was super nice. It was clean. It was beautiful. I was in a dorm. I was in a, I think, 8-bed mixed dorm. It was great. No problems with it. Wi-Fi was awesome. Beds were clean. Everything was fine. And breakfast was included too, so that was awesome. Yeah, so I got changed and I went back to La Scala for 6 o'clock to get the box office tickets, and I was running. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be so late. It was already 6:05. There's gonna be a huge line. I'm never gonna get tickets. I'm gonna be waiting forever. I go there rushing, like out of breath, and it's literally just me in this box office. So I bought a ticket in like the very like last row. Now, by the way, if you go to La Scala, which you really should if you're in Milan, it's beautiful theater. It's a great experience. If you're going to see an opera or something that you have to actually see with your eyes, you might want to get seats that are kind of close to the railing so you can see. I think they also have TVs that show it to you, but if you're anywhere like not even maybe first or second row close to the railing, you won't see anything. But thank goodness this time it was actually this, I have it right here. It was the Mutter Brandtmann Herald Trio. So it was a piano, a cello, and a violin. So it was really beautiful, and because there weren't too many people, I was able to stand and like look over for about 30 minutes, and then I decided to sit down and just relax and enjoy the performance. It was 2 hours. I think I paid only like €9 for it, so it was perfect. It was a great way to spend my birthday evening, and it was just wonderful. But the experience was really interesting. When you're in an opera theater, like I haven't really ever been. I remember going when I was very young, so this was, I guess, my true real experience. People are very crazy about how quiet you have to be. Like, if you're just moving in your seat and like your butt and the seat are making noise for some reason, or like let's say you hit your foot on the floor, people will look at you and give you such evil like stares. It's horrible. There's this one woman in front of me and her phone went off for maybe, I'm not even joking, maybe 1-2 seconds. Like I can't even remember it going off. It was like that silent and for that short of a period of time. Like it was hardly anything, right? Of course, she got the evil eyes like crazy. And then during the middle of the performance, after an hour, when there was like that intermission, the lady like 3 or 4 seats next to her started yelling at her, calling her like in Italian. I could pick up some words like an idiot, and it was just a lot of drama. But it was, I don't know, like, I mean, okay, I understand that you have to respect the silence, but it literally went off for a second. So there was some drama there, but I quickly left to go walk around and take some pictures of the theater, which was gorgeous. So after that performance, it was around 10 p.m. and it was my birthday, so I wanted to go to a bar and celebrate. So in Canada, I'd be legal and you can actually drink, but in Italy, I think the legal age is 18. Actually, there's a joke that as long as you have money, they don't care what your age is here in Italy. But anyways, I wanted to go to a bar and celebrate, and I read up on this really cool bar called Nottingham Forest, so I decided to check it out, and it was absolutely awesome. Now, because this bar is really small and very popular, you're going to be waiting in line unless you show up right when it opens. So thank goodness I was alone because I was able to be brought in right away. Like there were 2 or 3 couples that were waiting that I came with sort of, and I left and they were still there waiting. Like you're going to wait a while if you want to go in, but it's totally worth it. You get seated in, it's this cute little bar, and you get a menu that's like 16 pages long of these amazing like cocktails, and it's a mixologist bar, so you've got actual like mixologists like right behind you, and they're like doing all these crazy drinks. But not only are they so interesting, but they are like little science experiments, like literally. And they're served so cool. So I ordered yin and yang, and it was this drink that was served in like a bamboo cup, and it was served hot, so it was steaming. But then if you drank from it with a straw, it was cold. It was like ice cold. It was refreshing. So it was very cool. I saw some other drinks that were served. One of them was served like in a shoe. Another one was like in test tubes. They're all very themed. There's one with like a bathtub and steam. It's so cool. It's so hard to choose a drink too. So that was really lovely. Oh, and the drinks may be a little bit on the pricier side, but for what you get, it's totally worth it. I think it's between 10 to 12 euros for like every single cocktail. So there's no different pricing, only if you want like extra spritz in there or something like that. So that was really awesome. And yeah, and then I went home, and that was my first day there. And the second day, what did I do? Oh yeah, I woke up, I had breakfast at the hostel, I checked out, I kept my bags there, so because I knew I'd have to go back, it was on the way to the train station. And I went to go check out the Duomo. And so it was a huge storm that day. So I bought an umbrella from one of the men selling them at the metro station. Of course, it was overpriced, but whatever, I just wanted to see some sights. So I lined up for the Duomo, and I bought my ticket, and I could have the option to go up, but it was like €8 to walk the stairs up, and I was thinking, what am I gonna see from Milan from up there? Maybe if I was in Florence, okay, I'd go up there, but not in Milan. So I decided to just get the general entry, which I think was maybe €2. And then it started raining like crazy. Like, it was not just raining, it was a thunderstorm. So I decided to go inside the Galleria, and I was walking around. I did like the spinning around the balls for good luck. That was really fun. And then I decided to walk over to the Duomo, the cathedral. And there were two entrances. One of them was for people of faith, so Catholic people who went there. And I went up to that one and I said, hey, like, can I come in? And they said, this is just for people who are praying. This is, you know, no pictures, like things like that. And I said, yeah, perfect. Do you have confessions going on? And he said, yes, we do until this time. So I was like, great, I'd love to go in. So you went in straight away. And that's the wonderful thing about your faith, is that you're able to practice it in such wonderful historic buildings. It's amazing. So I walked in, and it was quiet, it was wonderful, and I went straight to the confession, and they have priests confessing in different languages. You just have to look up or just ask. And so I had a wonderful confession. It was a very spiritual experience, and I don't know, it was just so lovely. You really see how grand God is in such instances. So then I exited that way, and I went to, by that time it stopped raining, so I went to the general entry place, and I got to walk around. It was very beautiful in there, gorgeous. I saw the tomb of someone, I really don't know who. I think it was a saint, maybe a pope, cardinal, I don't know. It was very beautiful, like all cathedrals and churches are in major cities. It's beautiful. So then I decided to go to the Golden Quadrilateral, and I think it's called Quadrilatero d'Oro. Anyways, I went there and I decided to walk around because, I mean, it's Milan, you gotta go see something like that. So currently in Quadrilatero d'Oro, there's Versace and Dior. It's quite beautiful, but let's see if I'll ever afford something like this in my life. Actually, I'd never spent so much money on something, but it's pretty cool. And it's a storm out there. This is the Golden Quadrilateral. Like, look, all this jewelry. It's so shiny you can't even focus on it. Those are probably diamonds. Cool. Yeah, I'm just having a nice little walk through my golden quad. Oh my god, I would eat that so quick. Food. I love food so much. I think I went for lunch, for pizza, and I got on the train and I got home. Actually, there was a little bit of a problem with getting home. I got to Brescia, and then from Brescia I had to take the bus to Tormini, where the family picked me up. But apparently I found out that the buses were going on strike that day, so the bus that I was supposed to go on didn't show up, and so I was getting a little stressed out because it was getting later at night, and oh, thank goodness another one came and I got home safe, but it was a little bit of stress. I'm telling you, people in Italy go on strike a lot. Like, when I was in Pompeii last year, I was lucky because the next day they were going on strike. Here, they're going on strike for schools, and then, yeah, for the busing, like everything. Everyone is on strike in Italy, so good luck when you're traveling here. But it was a wonderful experience. I had a blast in Milan. Of course, I wish I was with my family and friends, but it was wonderful. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing about my experience. I'll see you in another video. Ciao!